Rar and stuff, Marf. And just a second too slow, cool bird. Rar and stuff anyways, though. And rar and stuff, Dr. Mono. Wow. The last 3 go live notifications in Wild's Discord, all me. So that means that Draco and Styx haven't streamed in a while. And Resolute too. Too late to send the prototype. But not to this! Ryan Stuff Detective Basil! Yes, oh, 10 years? Let's see, no. I've probably known Marf for about 6 years or so, because we met in Ava Cat's Clouder, and about 6 years ago or so is whenever I first came to that. But no, I've known Tracken for like over 20 at this point. Time does fly. Ryan Stuff Teen. Tracken and I met in Alt-Fan Dragons, the old news group. And we used to chat in the old Drake chat, which was an AOL Instant Messenger chat room thing that another one of our mutual friends started. And that is also why Drake chat exists in my Discord. Further back than that, I came to Alt-Fan Dragons back in late 2000. Ryan Stuff Zep. And oh, Ryan Stuff Marf. Yep. That's what happens when you get old. All your friends, you met them a long time ago too. You've known them for longer than some of these people have been alive. We're to squeak. It's not a squeak, it's a mighty roar. We're not old, we're just older. Olderg. Yeah, you and your wife have been married for 12 years. Nice. Thumbs? Thumbs? Come on. Cooperate with me just this one time. The fist bump. There. Self-fist bump. Yay. I actually saw the first. It's a world first. Mark your calendars. It finally happened. I saw an advertisement for something that I thought was actually kind of neat and I might want to get. Been married since 2002. Doing some math. 24 years. Congrats, Dr. Mono. I don't think you have ever mentioned that you were married. You trying to keep her away from us so that she doesn't see just what kind of weird-ass people you hang out with? Is that it? Understandable. Good man. And Coolbird with the 40 stream streak. Unlike last time where everybody was hitting 10. Weird. That was for wings! Nope, it was actually for a, like a head strap for VR headsets, specifically the Quest 3 and 3S, which I don't have, unfortunately, but it has like a little battery pack that clips onto the back, and it looked like it was just sort of like like magnetic clipping or something. It just kind of sticks there, and that would be really good for these headsets because they're very front heavy, and having that little counterweight in the back, not great for your neck, but at the same time, it would keep it from, like, sliding off forward. She knows that you hang out with Malk and Epoxy. Oh, and she's still with you? That's true love. But the nice thing about having a battery pack that's just like... Oh, and also, whenever the battery pack gets low or dies, you just kind of take it off, and you get another one, you stick it on, and you're good to go. You just take the other one, you just plug it into the little dock.
Dragon fruit.
Dragon fruits! My favorite. Ah. It disappeared a lot sooner than I expected. Crocodile's here! Dr. Mono, did you tell your wife about Crocodile? Rawr and stuff, Crocodile. 132! Oh, I've been doing this for so long. And that's how many times it's been since I introduced the daily check-in. Hang on, I need to fix that. I gotta... that stinking cat face thing that's just totally silent. I don't like it. It needs to go away. I just gotta find it somewhere. Nope. Where is my catch redeem? Because I just want to remove it from every instance, every version of it. There we go. Catch goes out this way. Okay, this is catch. Dude, speaking of VR headsets, hey, Ryan Stuff Racker! I'm glad I caught your stream last time, even though I also had to go bed before you finished. Okay, that's the pie. These are the pie onlys. Oh, I also need to unlock the block. There we go, and then come down here, and go down all the way to the very bottom, and we get rid of cat face, and we get rid of cat face, and okay. We should never see it again. Don't think I was there, but once bashed yourself in the VR headset when you were playing the boxing game, and after you boxed for real and took a punch to the nose, you dropped and KO'd yourself. Ow! Damn! So what, you were, just trying to block, or did you punch and hit the headset? What happened? Gave an uppercut and swung too close. So you just uppercut your own nose. Man, I would be shitting bricks if that happened, because I would be terrified of damaging that headset. Probably more so than any fear of harming of myself. Like, if I knock myself out, my first thought upon waking up would be like, oh crap, is the headset okay? I'll heal. Maybe. You're afraid of hitting the wall, and you did something probably worse. Actually, I don't know. Repairing a hole in the wall would be kind of spendy too. Or at the very least, annoying. You have to take time out to patch a hole. Waiting for commentary on the CD spindle. Oh, we don't need to bring that up again. Everybody remembers. That time you were playing Skyrim. I punched the wall a couple of times when I was playing Dungeons of Eternity. Quickly learned to not do that in my room. That is a living room only game. And it's funny because I've got my boundary set. So as I get closer to the boundary, I start seeing like these blue grid lines appear. And as I get closer to the lines, they start turning red. And I somehow tuned them out completely and haha, take that, and smack the wall. Twice. Actually scraped up my hand doing that too. Thankfully, the wall was okay. And the controller. Oof-da! So yeah, some games you only play whenever you've got plenty of space around you. You've got a nice open room, nothing on the floor, nothing stacked up, you know, at anywhere up to head or, you know, upper reach level. Anytime I actually put on the headset and I'm going out into the living room for it, before I do anything, I switch over to pass-through mode so I can actually see through the cameras and see what's in real space, and I make sure I clean everything up off the floor. Also found a fun little surprise where somehow the boundary got shifted over a little tiny bit, so that whenever I tried to walk out before I'd switched to pass-through, I was just, you know, guiding by the boundary lines, because I have a little channel in the boundary that goes from my room to the living room. And if I just stay within those lines, I'm perfectly fine. Except for this one time where it shifted over just a little tiny bit, and there was a wall about halfway in the middle of it. I had to redraw the dumb boundaries, and I hate doing that. It's just annoying. It's not even that big of a deal. It's just, I hate doing it. I shouldn't have to. Also, Steam VR had its own thing where it would like interpret the boundaries that I drew in Quest and would also superimpose its own lines. But unlike the Quest lines, the Steam ones were always visible, and it was super distracting, and I hated them. And it took me a while to figure out how to turn them off entirely. And I noticed whenever we were watching Mu Ada play Into the Radius, he had the Steam boundary lines, the little blue lines and the grids always being displayed. So we actually knew the shape of his room. Or at least the shape of the walking space in his room. Oh yeah, the advertisement thing, ADD Go, for the headset head strap thing with the battery. Last week, was it last week? Whenever it was, and I was doing, I was at the wing meet, and I realized that my headset battery had about 2 hours of life, which apparently is normal for these, unless you actually have it, you know, plugged into power, which I thought I did, but regular USB from off the PC doesn't supply enough power to keep it going. It would actually have to be connected to the USB-C port, and that port's occupied. Rar and stuff, Kentucky Crab Doubler. So actually having like swappable battery packs would be tremendously useful. So I kind of wonder if this head strap will work with the Quest 2. If it doesn't, it'll have to wait until either Quest 3, I get the Quest 3, or, more likely, hopefully, if all goes well, when Valve releases the Steam Frame, I'll get that, and another different solution will have to be found, because it's not going to work on that one. VR is expensive. It doesn't really surprise me that it hasn't, like, the technology hasn't taken off, because you need a computer that can run it, you need a headset, of course, then you're going to need all the different little accessories, and if you really want to get into it, you're going to, you know, body trackers, not necessary, but they do make it better, Rar and Stuff BP. You're going to want battery packs. Some people go really crazy, they get like these haptic feedback vests, So whenever something like connects to the, like contacts them in VR, the vest vibrates and they, you know, physically feel it. There are other haptic devices for other things and places and things that we don't talk about or acknowledge. Oh, and then also, if you want to get into VR chat, and you want a good avatar, well, that's going to be money too. You're going to have to get a base model, or you can, if you're really Mr. Moneybags, you can hire somebody to just make you a custom one. I saw somebody who, they had a really cute model, and I liked it, and I was like, I would like to have this one if I can, and they weren't selling it. It was a custom job that they made for themselves, but they do take commissions. And I found their page with their commission prices. $1,000. Well, actually, it was $950 for base model. And then you could also have them like create like a custom outfit for another $200. And the sad thing is, that's about right. Alright, and stuff Seru. How about no? It makes me wish I was more artistically inclined, because I feel like I could probably make bank making avatars if I knew how and was good at it. But I am neither of those things. Sometimes the updates can screw up VR headsets. I haven't had too many problems with that happening, but I have no doubt. I mean, that happens with PCs too. Oh, that's it? All you've got to do is put in a bunch of money in stocks. And call a ceasefire, and then wait for an hour to get to bank. Right stuff, Malchior. Yep, just do a, you know, a little bit of insider trading. I mean, it works out great for other people. Like that screen cap of you and me that day when I first made the Brolita model. And I was like, dang, dang, you put that together fast. Yeah, I didn't know about the, what was it? What'd you use? Vroid? Where it's basically just like an anime character creator. Just like how I have a simple solution to get, you just have a simple solution to get surgery. Yeah, just get a job that has insurance that covers pre-existing conditions. Easy, no problem at all. Just trundle on down to the job store and pick one up. You know, they're buy one, get one right now. Got me. I like the word trundle. Don't get to use it much, but it's always fun whenever I do. A little sad today. Aw, D&D got cancelled. You critted so hard last week that you gave the DM an ear infection. I cast Sound Burst! And the DM failed his saving throw. Hit 27 out of a possible 32 damage. That's a pretty good crit. Especially, you guys are still pretty low level, right? So I've been playing the Storm of Zehir expansion for Neverwinter Nights 2 off stream, and yeah, I don't know if it would make a good on-stream thing. It's one of those things where I'll, you know, pick it up, play it for a little bit, then put it back down and get back to it later, instead of really just grinding at it. And it does seem to be a lower level campaign. We're like leveling very slowly in it. And then all of the encounters are actually pretty hard. And there have been periods where I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Everything, I can't find anything I can actually do, except, I guess, fight random mobs on the world map, which that's nice that that's a thing. But it turns out, no, you just need to explore more. There's still things you can find. It feels less directed than the regular campaign that we've played. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse next level. You have a chance at doubling it to 64. In level 4 currently. How would you double it? Twin spell? You're sorcerer, right? That's I'm not super familiar with 5th edition rules. What I know from Baldur's Gate 3. Should add arrows pointing to the things. Not that again. And maybe a thing on the internet. The arrows need to be actually these days the arrows are yellow, not red now. It's the new meta. Oh, cantrip levels up. I don't. That kind of feels wrong to me. That spells level, especially cantrips, level up like that. But maybe it's because, you know, in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, there was no such thing as cantrips. Period. Spells started at level 1. Hand, what the heck are you doing? They started at level 1, and they went up from there. And anytime you used a spell, it felt like a big deal. And then as you leveled up, and as you get like late game, you have like this vast arsenal of magic. You went from being this little wimpy guy who's like, oh no, the wolf has bit my toe, bleh, to I am become death, destroyer of worlds. Arrows everywhere. And not a shot to crit. And then I played Neverwinter Nights 1, and that was when it moved up to 3rd edition rules, and that's where cantrips came in. And cantrips, they felt like a nice little thing where it's like, oh, I've got a few more little wimpy spells, so I'm not completely useless at low levels, but most of the cantrips were garbage anyways. It's like, take this, 1 to 3 damage, haha. Or, I cast daze. Oh no, you are too high level. You're like level 3 or something, so it does nothing. They were specifically for super low level, and then I guess once you got to like character level 5, you just never used them anymore. And it wasn't until Baldur's Gate 3 where I got cantrips that were just reusable. And they got better. They got really good. So when at level 5, you'll hit 2d8 instead of 1d8. And when you crit, you will roll 4d8. And for every roll that hits an 8... Wait, I thought you said it was a 6 before. Is this the same spell we were talking about? You roll another d8, same one. So it went up from 6 to 8s. Roll another d8, and gets added to the roll. It is super OP. It's an absolutely ridiculous spell, especially for a cantrip. I feel like magic should be special. It shouldn't just be something that you just pew, pew, pew. Bang, 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 bang. Once you begin to speak the words and perform the gestures and do the the yoke and the tar from Arx Fatali. I still remember the gestures for that. The world should stand up and take notice. The wizard is speaking. Man, Arx Fatali had a really cool magic system with the drawing of the runes using your mouse. How come more games didn't do that? As far as I know, it's the only one that ever did it. Yeah, okay, sometimes it didn't really detect what you were trying to do. And, like, tar, which you go across, down, and then across. And then Movis, which was across diagonally and across. And it would get them confused sometimes. And then also there were some spells that I could never remember the runes for, and I had to look them up every single time. But still, that's part of being a wizard, is knowing the things that you need to do to cast the spells that makes people's fall down. You have 2 magic items on you. You can regain 1 spell slot per day up to level 3, which that's another thing that was unheard of. Well, maybe not. In Baldur's Gate 2, there were things that could do that. Well, a spell that would replenish other spells. Okay, I can't even remember how that thing actually worked. I just remember it was good to have sometimes. But anyway, regain a spell up to a level 3. And you got boots. Give frost resistance. And you can walk on difficult terrain caused by ice. I feel like those are going to come in real handy at some very oddly specific point in time. Doesn't the Ice Storm spell in Pathfinder leave difficult terrain? It does the initial damage drop and then it like covers the ground and stuff, or am I thinking of something different? I know there's a spell that does that. Maybe more than one. I have to ask Nid about Pathfinder. Yeah, let's just drop into her stream. Hey, Nit, I know you're trying to fight this boss in Hollow Knight, but can you tell it's about this... can you settle something? Can you settle a bet? Now, all of my knowledge of Pathfinder comes from the 2 video games, Kingmaker and Wrath of the Righteous. So who knows, maybe they did some shenanigans with those. I don't know, they looked like they were trying to be pretty true to the original games, to the original rule set. Make note of it in case Nit comes by, though. It's entirely possible she might raid us. Last I left off, she was fighting this boss that was, well, it was actually a room with multiple bugs. There was maggots, gross maggots on the floor that you wanted to stay away from. And then the little bugs would jump up and they'd try to throw things at you. And then a big bug would come out and give you the big suck. She's still at it. I would get so frustrated with that game. I also got frustrated with the original Hollow Knight. I just don't have patience for ultra difficult games like that anymore. I had considered the possibility of streaming Hellpoint, which is a Souls-like. It's definitely a double A Souls-like. I thought it was pretty cool. Watching her. Also wanted to say hi, but didn't. Aww. But at the same time, as much as I like the game, I also would get real angry at it because I'm bad at games. And it's the game's fault that I'm bad at games, and that's why I die. Did mention Age of Wonders. Well, that's not a Souls-like. That is a 4X strategy game, like Civilization. Or the controller. Ah, stinking lag. Computer's cheating. You guys ever used to make that claim whenever you were kids? Whenever you playing a single player game on like the NES, and it's like, yeah, game's cheating. Speaking of difficult games, me and you are considering challenging each other. Oh, in what? Oh, a Cuphead, 80%. How is that a competitive game? I guess this is just going to be a race. Or your party going off on random side adventures. Especially the healers. No, the healers are the ones that were always charging into melee. And so were the wizards. You know, there's a reason why every character in every game that I play, they get a melee weapon and they get a ranged weapon. And depending on where I want them in the party will determine which one they're using most. Pokemon Stadium 100% cheated. Been proven to know what move you're going to use. Stinking input reading. Also, Mario Kart cheats. Mario Kart 64. Not only does AI get their rubber band catch-up mechanics, where they just like gain super speed and catch right back up to you, but also, if they're far enough behind you and the game thinks you're not looking, if you throw like a banana or a shell, instead of like spinning out and, oh, I've lost control, it'll just kind of stop and then go. Stinking cheating games. I liked in the first Mario Kart where if you were good enough, you could lap the other racers. If there's any more catch-up mechanics, we might have to call it the Heinz way. Heinz, 57 ways of cheating. He wants me to play through it, and if you do, then he'll play through Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask combo randomizer. So you're gonna play through Cuphead, and he's gonna do Utenim randos. I guess, but I don't know. Seems like you could do that without the whole challenging part. I'm never getting so pissed off at losing the Blanca fight for the 30th time in a row in Street Fighter Alpha 3. You punch the TV? Yeek. Then Blanca's post-fight taunt was, "Are you okay?" Which you had never seen before. See, even when I was little, I would sometimes get mad at it, at games for cheating, because they cheat. But I'd never break any of my stuff, because I knew that if I did, it wasn't getting replaced. I think the only mall that will survive would be the Mall of America, most likely. I haven't been to my local mall in over like a couple of years now, probably longer. Just don't have a reason to go there. There's nothing interesting anymore. Except maybe the Cookie Factory. They have the big cookies with the M&Ms in them. I used to get those when I was little. They used to be a lot bigger for some reason when I was little. But I think the cookies got smaller. Duke Nukem Forever taught you how bouncy PS3 controllers are if you chuck them at the carpet. I got that when it came out. Of course, I also I knew people at Gearbox. So, at the, Tracken invited me to the Duke Nukem Forever launch party. And I ran into Aaron T-Balt there. And I asked him, because I was curious, how much involvement did Gearbox have in the development of that game? Because I was really wondering, how much did they do? How much did, what was it, 3D Realms do before everything went to crap and they had to be rescued? And his answer was, I don't want to talk business tonight. I did get my picture with John St. John, though. That was cool.
The 90s and to the mid-2000s were the place to go hang out with the malls.
Well, you wouldn't hang out with the mall. You'd hang out with friends at the mall. But malls had cool places. They had cool toy stores, video game stores, Spencer's Gifts, which probably still exists. It's going to be like the last holdout. John St. John is such a chill dude. Unfortunately, it was like super loud, so we couldn't actually talk with each other. But he was sitting in like he had a big throne. He's basically very Duke Nukem inspired, and he was just letting people take pictures with him. Suncoast and Sam Goody, do they still exist? But yeah, after the big launch party, I get home and I already bought the game. I would go and download it, go and play it, binge the whole thing. I even recorded the entire playthrough. I was thinking I'd make this is going to be a YouTube thing, a YouTube Let's Play. It's actually going to be my second one. Nope. That entire video series just whoosh into the garbage. It was the only part of the game where I thought I was actually having any fun was I think like the very final battle where you're fighting the big alien and you have the rapid fire, what was that gun called? Whatever it was, the dual wieldy explodey big gun, and it was basically just a boomer shooter again. I was like, this is it. This is what we wanted. Duke Nukem Forever tanked. I didn't even get the DLCs for it. So yeah, I got the bad end where Duke dies. It's a good video where he leaves a voicemail on a guy's friend phone, and I've seen that. You could have won a car, but you didn't answer the phone. Tough shit. Best Duke Nukem is Duke Nukem 3D, hands down. Yes, I still like that game. Although I haven't played it in a good long while. They did a like a remaster anniversary thing of it. And there's it. Yeah, 20th anniversary world tour. And the level design was what was fun about those games. Definitely not the story, because there was none. The story was, those alien bastards are gonna pay for messing up my ride. And that's it. This past January marked the 30th anniversary for Duke 3D. A lot of things turning 30 this year. I wish I was one of them. Like 0 Hour? Which one was 0 Hour? Wasn't there a Duke Nukem game on the N64 that was like a third-person shooter? Is that 0 Hour? Is Duke's things you're playing the things. Yep, that's the one on the N64. Is that one good? I never hear anybody talk about it. It's always about Duke 3D and Forever, because that's the infamous one. Like, no one ever talks about the original, the first two Duke Nukem games that were like EGA DOS games. I like the one with the babes. It was decent. Oh yeah, nobody steals our chicks and lives. Oh, oh, okay. I thought you were just saying, I like the one with the babes. That's all of them. There is actually one Land of the Babes. Probably stream it at some point. Nah, I am kind of curious. It's entirely possible I might have a copy of it somewhere. But I'd have to go digging through files and folders to see if I do. At some point, a long time ago, I found a collection of very legitimate N64 games, and as far as I could tell, it was all of them. Very legitimate. I am nodding. The avatar does not like when I nod, but yes. Very legitimate. Maybe I need to turn the smoothing down a little bit on the tracking. Let's see, where is that? What is expressive body tilt? Waha, expressive body. Oh. Waha, oh. Look at. I shake my hips. Waha. Why won't my hips unsway? Turn that off. Fancy. Alright, well. I'm gonna have to mess with VNAND settings later to see if I can find it again. You know, I first played Duke Nukem 3D on the N64. Actually legit. Rented it from Blockbuster. And also at about the same time, one of my teachers at high school, he used to bring his own copies, like his own personal copies of games to school. He was the computer lab guy, and so we could play games, his games, on the computer schools. No, that is incorrect. On the school's computer. Oh, okay. It's gonna be one of those nights, isn't it? Yep. You guys ever play on this computer on the computer schools? Yes. Wondered, where's the music? I didn't even know there was supposed to be music, because you know I didn't see it on PC until I saw somebody else playing it in the computer lab, in the school lab, on the school, in the computer. But he had, I remember he had Duke Nukem 3D, he had Diablo 1, he had Master of Orion 2, and, what else? There was something else he had. Doesn't really matter, because apparently somebody stole one of his games, and he put a stop to that, and just wouldn't let anybody have any of his stuff anymore, because people suck, and that's why we can't have nice things. Want to talk about something rare? Is a copy of Duke 3D on the Sega Saturn? And you didn't play the PC one? You could probably get it for real cheap on Steam. You had a chance to buy one new, and you didn't. on the computer school. Thank you for the clip. I wonder if my weird little snort sound also came through. I'm watching clip. I shouldn't be watching clip while we're in the middle of the stream. In fact, I'm not gonna do that. I'll have to check it later. It's not good internet TV for me to just be sitting here. Yes. This is clip. I am watching clip. Actually, it wouldn't even be that much. It'd just be... And good TV. Complete use copy goes for $107 on the second. On the 2nd of Saturn and new... Or the... What? Unless I was doing a reaction. Oh, on Sega. Okay. Autocorrect then. And new copy goes for $230, which is not bad for a classic game. Raring stuff, who can? I'm still laughing about the using the schools of a computer or whatever it was, whatever nonsense I said. Well, let's see how else I can make a fool of myself today. We've got some Crystalis to possibly finish. It's not Panzer Dragoon Saga. No. I actually looked that game up not that long ago because I was curious after you mentioned it, and now I've completely forgotten why it said that was like super rare. So, yay! I get to learn something again. Don't you love those weird little facts that you forget them right after you learn them? So it's just like a little piece of trivia that will keep you entertained forever because you just keep relearning it. So why do I think the Sega Saturn failed? Probably something dumb Sega did. There's a guy on YouTube that does videos about like almost like actually there's two people I'm now thinking of. There's Too Expensive and Bad Timing, probably. But there's two people. I forget the name of the first one, but the other one is What Happened? And he talks about almost like post-mortems of why games... what happened. And then there was another guy that also does similar kinds of things, and his is more of like a detective kind of shtick going on. And I can't remember what his is. But both are good and interesting if you're into like the behind the scenes business of game development, which I am. I love that stuff. Saturn launched on September 2nd, 1995 in America for $400. And the N64 was like, what, 1 or 2 years after that? Now, the PlayStation was before the N64. I can't remember what year it was, but the PS1 kind of dominated that generation. And the next one. PlayStation was 94. Okay, so the PS1... Was the Saturn the one that... No, the Saturn was definitely built for 3D, wasn't it? There was one of the Sega consoles that they grossly underestimated the direction of the industry and didn't realize that 3D was the future and did not build their console with 3D in mind. But I don't remember which system it was. If it was the Saturn or the Dreamcast. Of the two, it would have to have been the Saturn. Because the Dreamcast had a bunch of 3D games. Saturn was a good arcade emulator in a time where arcades weren't they were dying out. They were already dying out. Now Saturn did too. The first 3-D game I remember was on the Sega Genesis. It was Sonic 3D Blast. I think we mentioned that one. And that was the isometric one, which I don't really know if I'd call that 3D. I remember an actual like polygonal 3D arcade game. It was like a racing game that you would actually play at an arcade, and you'd sit in a booth. You had the steering wheel and you'd drive, and it didn't run very well, but at the time something like that was unheard of. It almost kind of makes me think of like the Stunt Race FX game on Super Nintendo now. But I distinctly remember one part where the track actually went in a big loop, and I could never get enough speed to actually make the loop. And then also being an arcade game, you're having to spend money. And there were other games there that I'd rather play, like Afterburner. Few Genesis games that were close. See, I would have said the little mini game from Sonic 3, where you're like, you know, doing the rotation, you're going around and picking up, and you're grabbing balls. Lol. That I would think of as being more 3D than an isometric. Not counting the 32X. One of your favorite Super Nintendo games and Sega Genesis games was Jungle Strike. I'm trying to remember. That may have been the game. It was either that or Desert Strike or something. I remember it was a helicopter game, and it had like voice synthesis kind of thing. When you finished a mission, it would say like mission complete, but it was really badly recorded and super distorted. And you know how after you hear badly recorded speech in a game enough times, you stop hearing what it's saying and you start hearing what it sounds like to you that it's saying. And somehow Mission Complete became hot diggity. And so to this day, I still sometimes go hot diggity whenever I remember to. Played all desert, jungle, and urban. Did not like Urban Strike. I could not tell you the difference between them. I just know I rented one or more of them. You guys remember whenever renting games was a thing? You go up to Blockbuster or some other more family-owned thing, business place. You go in and you just pick out a game based on the box art and nothing else. Those are good times. Used to love going to the video store to rent movies and video games on a Friday night with a pizza. Living the dream. Good with Urban the most. So Coolbird didn't like Urban Strike, and you were best with that one. You know, the sucky thing about renting a game, though, is if it's a bad one, then you're stuck with it for the weekend. And there was one time I rented a PlayStation game. So remember, it was Cartia. Because I looked at it and I thought, oh, this looks like Final Fantasy Tactics. And it kind of does, but worse and bad. And I hated it. And so I rented it. Didn't really care for it at all, did not like it, and just kind of put it back in its box and just put it off to the side, and then forgot about it. Oops. So, late fee on that one. And the most galling part about it was that it was a late fee on a game that it wasn't because I liked it, it's because I hated it. So now I hate it even more. It's a shame that Yoshi's Story didn't get enough love. I still haven't played that. That might also be in my collection of totally legit N64 games. Video game store rentals and random snacks. Man, that was it. That was the dream. That was the weekend. Maybe you get some friends over, you spend the night, you rent a game or two. Two if you got like a coupon or something, or you're just rich. And you just play that all weekend long. Don't even sleep. Because if you sleep, you're not playing games. Blockbuster and Hollywood Video with the most expensive to rent videos. Were the most expensive. There was... eventually Blockbuster was the only one in town, or at least the only one in my neighborhood. There used to be another one that was more locally owned, but they too became a Blockbuster. And then they all started closing down. And then a Family Video cropped up, like, post 2000. After all the entire the rental market had completely dissolved into nothing, and streaming was at its peak, a Family Video opens up near me. It didn't last very long, unfortunately, but I did get a couple rentals out of it. Your Saturn came from Blockbuster. My Blockbusters never actually sold their consoles. They only rented them. And there was a period where I did rent a PlayStation more than once for Final Fantasy VII. There were times where I wished I could have bought games from them. Okay, let's play the game. Oh yeah, I was gonna do that. They sell them when they get discontinued. I guess I could have popped in, but you know, at that time, you're not even interested in those systems anymore. That's the old stuff. We're looking for the new hotness. Why would I buy a PS1 from them when the PS2's coming out? Like what games for the PlayStation? Final Fantasy VII. That was specifically what I was renting the system for. Afterwards, I did get one of my own. And so I didn't have to rent the system. You just rent games. And we got Mega Man Legends. We got Final Fantasy Tic Tacs. We got Crystalis. Whoosh! There are other PS games that I had my eye on. I don't remember what they were. Because even when I think about it, I'm pretty sure that I had my own system whenever I played Metal Gear. And yeah, Metal Gear Solid's another good one. So after each video, I load them up into DaVinci Resolve and I kind of go through them pretty quick. And I make sure we, edit out things like whenever I'm coughing into the microphone or hitting the microphone, or editing out the commercial waits. But every once in a while I'll see something that is like, oh, I completely forgot about that. And I completely forgot about this. We need to go back to Shiryon. Warrior Ring's the... Yeah, that one. Okay, good. Because we need to go back up to, what was it called? Styx? There's a place where we got the Thunder Sword. There's something we can do there that completely forgot about. Well, it's not that I forgot about it, it's that we never found the way to get to it. And now that we have the flight spell, we could just go and grab it. Now, I don't think it was that way. I think it was over here. We gotta go through the big doors first. The doors that open easily. Ah. Always poisoned. Warrior Ring is the best ring, and you cannot change my mind. And you know, normally I like playing the magic-y type, and anything that gives you MP regeneration is pretty great in my book. But Warrior Ring's kind of better. Because you make with the pew-pews. Ow, ow. The more things change, the more they stay the same. All the poison. Yep, see, we got a treasure chest right over here. Let's just... There were actually, I think I saw 3 chests on this side. So we got... Ah! If they're all mimics, I'm gonna be mad, but I'm also gonna laugh. Alright. You? Psycho Shield! Mimic? Mimic. Okay. Well, 2 mimics, but a Psycho Shield. First, let's see. Our range defense, 31. And we go boop, boop, boop. 47. Okay, a little bit of an upgrade. There's a little spot up there in the top left corner. But can't get to it. At least not from here. It's probably on the other side. Or if we go back out and circle around, go back through the other door, that way. But we don't need... Oh, it's got a little phoenix. Why do they call it the Psycho Shield? Ad break? Okay. I mean, we just started. Why is it an ad break already? Because I can read your save files. You like playing old games, don't you? Rawr, stuff Dracana! But we have arrived just in time for us all to get up, stretch our legs, and wander, trundle on down to, Crazy Pete's Psycho Shield Emporium, where our prices are insane. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. Whoosh. Whoosh! And we are back. We have escaped the dragons from the Ultima 6 clip. I sure hope that Crazy Pete isn't revealed to be a scam after Crazy Eddie's. You can never be too sure. Well, I think the problem with Crazy Eddie's edibles was that he was hitting his own stash. Now we can all be sure that Crazy Pete is definitely not psychoing his shields. Said hurry up and release Jurassic Park Survival. You have it on your wish list on your PlayStation. Whoop. Ah! Hey, guess what I just did? It's gonna be one of those nights, isn't it? Not nearly as bad as that one time that Dan Tack was playing Final Fantasy II, and he was near the very end of the last dungeon, and he's just going through his little magic menu and just, you know, like, cure, just going down the line, healing everybody, and not really paying attention to what he's doing, and he accidentally casts exit and leaves the entire dungeon. Iron Stuff Draco! Wait, no. Leather boots. Right. I don't have the projectile thing. Nope, it's not poisoned. It's, that was, MP Drain, which is actually worse. Because I think it drains more mana than would actually be used if I had to cast the Cure Poison. What'd you think of Birthday Bunny? She's fun, but I've seen her before in Sebi's streams. Nope. I'm just right. Warrior Ring. May have a ow. May have a problem. You guys explode. That looks like a yes to me. Oh yeah, it's this room. With all the stairs that lead to the other stairs in the room. And I have no idea which ones go to which one. I guess we could map them. Okay. Where are we? It's, okay. It just took me all the way across the other side. Ow. These guys were weak to water or fire, wasn't it? I think it was water. Okay. So, one stair. Two stair. Okay. Let's do this methodically. Okay, it looks like all this does is just take you to the other side of the room. The only ones that actually leave are at the very tippity top, either top left or top right. But then that leaves the question, what about down here? Do we ever go this way? Or did I just... Oh, nope. Iron Stuff Nick Cobalt. I'm just gonna keep pushing this guy this way. We're traveling infinitely, and he's gonna go the whole trip. I like that whatever he's trying to do to us isn't working. Oh, wait. Is this the exact same room we were just in? Also, how far does this go? Because we did hit a wall. Yeah. So they're actually... This is the exact same room that we've been in. With the little stairs and the stairs and the stairs. A free-range kobold. I like to let my kobolds run free. Poison! Well, that's not good. We can buy magic rings, though. They're expensive as heck, but we can buy them. What is this? Fruit of power? Yeah, sure. Om nom nom. Eat my Durgan fruits. So, stairs. Uh-huh. And we just go this way. We're gonna crisscross this entire... Hang on. Okay, remember those stairs are there. Yeah, okay, so these are the stairs on the edge. What's down there at the bottom right? And this leads to these stairs. So... here. Yeah, here. Did this just warp me back to the start? This is back to the start, isn't it? Oh, no? Oh, you were able to come here? You found your way through my invincible maze? I'm Emperor Dragon. Show me your power! Ow! Okay. Ow! We were at nearly full health. Okay, well, he bumps into us, so let's switch to the iron necklace. Rip. Wait, I thought they got rid of those emotes because they was bad. Welcome to die. It's the only one which survived. Nope. Please don't drop the Thunder Sword. Oh, that's right. I'm not gonna have the shooty projectile-y thing because I've got this for the defense, but we need the defense because he bumps into me and I died. Weep, weep, weep. Let's see how he likes this business. Epilepsy warning, everybody. I'm Emperor Dragon. Show me your power. Okay. Boom. Ow, ow. Hang on. Okay, we are out. Please be a full heal. Nothing happens. What does it do? What is the fruit of repun? Can I not use it because I didn't pun? I don't think this is working. No. Opel statue, I choose you.
I love how they taste.
Ah. Boop, there's statue. Ow, 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 lightning. Ah. Okay, I will accept death. Oh.
Oh, that's a shame.
I like the Borf voice, but I also miss Wilds. Okay, it did help to an extent that we were able to survive as long as we did. I was really hoping the Fruit of Repun would be a full heal. It apparently is not, and that means I have no idea what it actually does. Hyper Bork! What about Warrior Ring? What if I just spam the little lightning bolts? This guy. Oh, wait. What if we open up with one of these guys? The Warrior Ring. Increase attack power. Need to pun constantly? Repun? What? We now have Psycho Armor. Oh, okay. Whee! Confused victory fanfare. Alright, well, we got Psycho Armor. Hey, I don't know who you are, but, oh wait, you're the boss of the Resistance peoples, right? Oh, Cass, I'm glad you could come. You're wounded. Hang on, I got a Fruit of Repun that won't do you any good at all. Worry not for me, but for Messia. She waits for you on the highest floor. You must use the basement entrance to get there. That makes no damn sense. Here is the Bow of Truth. Use it when you battle the Emperor. Don't think that's going to be necessary, bud, but thanks. Could you move? I'd like to see what's behind you. I'm not sure which way I want to go, because I got a feeling either one is gonna... Ah. Oh, okay, just... Okay, yeah, we climbed up to the top. I thought we were actually descending this whole time, but we climbed up to the top, and we fought the Emperor, and we exploded him in one shot. Wait, whoop, 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 whoop. The hallway got shorter. No, it was a different hallway. That was the entrance hallway, which actually was pretty short. Well, I guess we can sell some of our old junk. The ceramic suit. And the sacred shield. What does this do? Hang on, I need to check the game manual. Crystalis game manual. Let me just find it on my PC where I have scanned it from the original. And I'm just flipping through the pages here and here we go. Fruit of Repun. Cures curse. Oh, that's probably that dumb thing that turns you into a slime. So all this time we've actually had a cure for that. Good to know. I think we're going to hold on to these. Oh, sure, we'll go ahead and save. You know, since we blowed up the Emperor, why not? And I'm going to go ahead and buy another magic ring. Oh, in addition to this, I also have this. You remember the Dios Pendant that very slowly regenerates our mana? Very slowly. And done. I finally found the bind for Turbo. So the actual... last time we found I guess a basement that had those two lions that... The sun and the moon, and we killed them, and level up! Level 16. And you notice, I was correct, that is the level cap. If you look at our XP to next level, it is 0. Which means we just gained another level. Remember how great these graphics looked when you were a kid? Yeah, because, you know, well, we didn't know better, but also, look at the colors! Well, this isn't a good example of it with the brown and the brown and the brown, but we're purple, and there's enemies that are blue and other colors probably, but right now everything's brown. Especially if you grew up with an Atari, this was mind-blowing, because there were shapes, and your guy, he actually looked like a person, and not just a square. Hey, what if we just and then... Oh, okay. I forgot. You can't move while you're charging. So running across the hallway was actually not good. I think I'm just not going to use the turbo button. Oh, we got to do this? Right. Because I die every time I come here. You who awaken us, you will sleep an endless sleep. Oh, that sounds pleasant. Statue of the moon. Statue of the sun. Next, we're gonna fight the Lion of Truth, and we're gonna blow him up. Deselect this, but I do want barrier. There's to be an endless sleep. Can we get a pillow? You know, it's in the catch rotation. What were these guys weak to? Wind? If I recall, the other direction is just a dead end. Charge up, charge up, charge up. Whoosh! There's so many of you assholes. Ah! Wait. We could just go. There's actually no reason for us to fight these guys. Because we can't gain any more experience. We don't really need money. So what if we just leave? It's like, this isn't even a boss room. We're just going. We're just going. We don't even keep firing, assholes! Look at that. We're at nearly full health. Or nearly full mana, full health. And I can just put on my leather boots. Let me just walk through this, no problem. And I definitely am not going to fall down any of these pits. Did that thing just crumble? Wait. This is the bottom of the pit, isn't it? I did not go up, I went down. We need to be going up. Is there at least a... just a skeleton over here? Somebody finally came and visited me. Here, have some poison. Ow. I'll keep poisoning you. I've got plenty to go around. I've been stuck here for days. I said across her nose, not up. Ah! Why are you guys here? I need to change my way of thinking. We don't have to fight anything anymore. Well, this guy we might have to fight because he's being a jerk. Ow. Please die. Ugh. Okay. No, you go away. No, don't. Yep, that thing just crumbles away. Ah. No. Let's go someplace else. Someplace with maybe, oh man.
These'll never get boring.
I need that. I need this so bad. Hum nom 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 nom. I need the health. I need the ow. I need the healings. I need fewer moths. He's coming right at me. Ah, you jerk. There, I exploded him. Nope. It's okay, we've still got our boots on. We gotta pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, walk across these spikes. You have too many items! Honestly, whatever's in there is probably not better than what we're carrying. That's where your darkness spells come into play. Moss-like shiny and moss-like light. Ah, so they're attracted to my stripes because they are shiny. Now I know. Had to attend to the child. Did miss the lightning boss kill? Yep. Turns out there was a trick to beating him in exactly one shot. Anyway, now we're stuck in this place with all of the bad. And we could stand here and just recharge our mana. You know, nope, don't do that. Okay, that is no longer an option anytime we are in a place with enemies. Oh, this is getting swarmed. Oh, right, I took that off. Alright, well, that's what I get. Yeah. Oh, you clipped it? Good. These are not the correct boots. Those weren't even boots. That was a necklace. Let me just put my boots on. Just put my boots on around my neck, and now I'm protected from danger. Okay, this looks like it might be progress. Oh boy. Oh! Right, health. Health is the thing I need to worry about now.
I'm a Groot.
Leather boots. Nope, not that way. You know that castle? It had a lot of checkpoints, a lot of really nice, generous autosaves. Shocked dirt face. He died in one hit. I mean, yeah, okay, it was a full charge blast from the lightning with the ring that makes my attack stronger. But come on, it was the actual Emperor, and he's just blah. Show me your power. Okay, bonk, dead. Maybe I shouldn't have been so overconfident. Ow. Isekai strength. Yeah, welcome to the anime. I'm a purple-haired time traveler who collected all of the swords and became a triple S rank fighter who blew up the Emperor. That's the full name of the anime. You gotta mention the triple S, the S rank. It's important. And we're just gonna disregard all of these guys. If we can. Ow, there goes half my health. No, stay away from the door. And perhaps someday we will find a place where I can plop myself down and super speed our way back up to full mana. But this is not it, because these moths will swarm me, and while we're in turbo speed, they will murderate the heck out of me. This armor doesn't seem so psycho. Maybe it's just you gotta be crazy to wear it. Maybe it was the result of that fight, and he's like, damn, that damage output was insane. Here's some crazy armor. Why won't you die? There. Okay. Don't know if I wear it. Not enough frills and or lace. The hard part is, for Berlita, is that male armor is always different from female armor. So, only the ladies get the battle bikinis and the dresses and the skirts. Men always wear pants. Always. Oh, this is bad. Wait, why am I doing it this way? Whee! Screw your puzzles! Screw your platforms! I completely forgot I could fly. Wait, switch back to thunder. You, Cass! You shall receive the wrath of my fury from my anger for taking my kingdom from me. Ow, I gotta bump into you again. Okay, so we're just doing this all over again? Well, guess what I have? Oh, wait. I'm supposed to use this, right? Hang on. The arrow pierces the heart of the Emperor, and its true image is revealed. Oh, he's a big swole Durgan! Okay, I'm changing sides now. Magic powers replenished. Kaboom! Oh. This puzzle is dreamy, just like Justin Bieber. Boom! Okay, so I was a little bit distracted, but this time, for sure. Sure that's a dragon, not a demon? Well, he's green, so probably dragon. And if he was red, then it might be a little bit more of a toss-up. But also his name is Dragonia, so he might not be hiding it very well. If you didn't get your surgery denied, you might have a stomach scar and all. Oh wait, no. Ah, shoot. Can I Yeah, there we go. Because I have to use the bow first, so I can't just go in and charge up beforehand. Hey, turn back into your hot dragon form, please. Ow! Cupid's arrow pierces his heart, and now he is your boyfriend. Kablam! Oh, did he change? He changed vulnerabilities. Interesting. I didn't know he was going to do that. Okay. Now, what? What is this? What is this? Okay. We're going back to wind. No, don't you do that. Don't you do that. I know what that is. That's the thing that turns me into a slime. Nothing's working. Oh, I see, I see. He's got the gem thing in his chest. Do you think I'd be able to stand still long enough to recover enough MP to do a big zip-zap charge again? I could use one of my rings. but I also have a feeling. No, but we won't stop you. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Just dodge. Gotta dodge. Gotta dodge. Stay on the opposite side of the screen. Ow! I gotta be okay. Oh, I can also... No, I guess I can't. But you see his chest open up. But apparently I can't actually get any shots through. Ow. I shouldn't be making fun of him. Dodge the balls. I believe it cost 39. So I think we had... Oh, careful, careful. This game needs some blast processing. Oh. I like when there's so many projectiles on the screen that it can't add any more. So he's just kind of dancing over there. Alright, we're good. Ow. Uh-oh, it didn't do the thing. Okay, well. Next time. Next time he opens up. I hear tinks. Oh, I hear tinks because we might need to use this. Ow. So yeah, all that time we just spent charging up, no good. I really should have switched to the power ring first. Yeah, okay. The power ring is necessary. Okay. I've had enough of this. Nope, dodge. I'm not going to be able to charge up in time to catch this one. The next time he opens... Bah! Oh, okay, he's got more. I can't dodge anymore. It's not letting me dodge. And he survived. But can he survive another? Nope, nope, stay away from me. Look, I know you want to hug, and I want to hug too. But you hug very rough.
Good job. This is the way it was supposed to be. I must explain.
Why is he dead?
I didn't want evil in my mind. I tried to push all corrupting thoughts away, but Dragon began to read my negative ideas and became absorbed by them.
So plagiarism. Gotcha.
The fact that you and Messi are awake means the tower's cycle has begun. There's so little time.
Hold on. Try.
Kensu, I'm sorry. I feel Dragon's evil was my fault. He saw the temptation of using his power for self-glory and evil, but I could do nothing. Now he must be apart. I'm sorry.
Everyone, all together, Azteca! Azteca. An evil petting zoo? Yes, I'm now in the tower. Not much time. Enter into the next room. I'll take you to the tower. And dead. Wait, can I? No, not. No. Dang. Alright, well, I was wanting to do a little bit of shopping and replace that ring that I used. I have to pee! Pee off the tower! It'll surprise somebody down below. Nope, can't go in. Alright. Since we are max level, it doesn't really matter. We can just... Oh, wait. I think we'd need to clear everything from the floor. Okay, here we go. Just a second. I'm doing the thing. Just stop hitting me. Why did you all survive? Oh, good lord, there's more. I'm going to need more consumables, Messia. Uh-oh. No, not recover.
How they taste.
Haha, I got my shield up. Whew. Oh, wait. My armor is either my armor or the shield. One of the two is actually causing my health to regenerate. Oh, shit. Nom. I'm afraid to hit the turbo button, though. But this is convenient. It's nice of them to finally give me a health regen and a mana regen. You know, when we're at a point where there are no more ends in the game. What? Back? Ow, ow, ow. Well, there goes all the regenerated health. That was nice while it lasted. Where was my last... So, was that the final boss? Nope. No. Okay. Back here. Warrior ring. The ring of a true warrior. Don't be in the straight line with them. Use the damage, or the spread fire. That way they can't hit me with the laser. Also, barrier. Ow. Let's see, what element are you going to be weak to? Oh, that's not, that won't even reach. Oh, I gotta hit him when the eye is open. That's a pain in the butt. Maybe lightning will still work. Yeah, it's hitting. There, got him. And then you guys spawn. Yep. The slowdown is so real. Also, lightning sword for the win. A little bit of a flash. And what if we just take a minute, you know, just... I think this may be my first playthrough. It's my first playthrough in a long time, but I remembered the tower and I vaguely remember how it works. That's why I remembered, oh yeah, we gotta kill everything on this floor to open up the path to the next floor. And also remembered that you gotta use the power ring to damage Dragon's dragon form boss. But a lot of fine details I have long since forgotten. Also, Ryan Stuff K. Walters art. Should be some... Ah, here we go. Oh, come on. Let me ride the escalator.
Cass, Messia, these messages are for you. You both were part of a team of scientists who created this tower. Why did you do that? As the most critical link, you were preserved to witness our future race, to judge if there's hope for humanity. When the tower began operating, your life systems were engaged, and you both were awakened.
Can we vote no, they're not? You just say no, just wipe them out. Ah. Oh no, it's all coming back. Right? Go ahead and try that again, buddy. I'm wasting all my okay, I don't need that anymore. Getting a lot of use out of barrier. There. Turret's dead. Come on, let's go find your friends so I can kill you all together. The spray and lightning. I like that green flash. I think what's actually happening is it's teleporting you to an identical copy of this map, but one that has stairs. I did the homework. Humanity sucks. Red button. Did you find Azteca? He was an android created by us and programmed to lead the people in a positive direction. We can only hope he will succeed. We used all of our resources to create him. and none of our resources to create the tower. That's why there's some exposed wires down here. If he fails, then it will be up to you to decide their fate. Well, let's see. Remember that town with all the sexist ladies that are like, ew, men suck. Get out of here, beast. Maybe they should have been nicer to me. Uh-oh. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, okay, okay. And we are out, but... Actually, maybe I should have just chilled. Because the health regenerates faster than the mana does. Give him the Nazim treatment. Well, it looks like I'm getting to the Cloud District. Right, right. It only regenerates when I'm standing still. Ow. No, no. We got slowdown, we got flicker, we got all of the old classic effects. If I switch off the ring to equip the necklace, then I'll lose the ability to shoot my lightning, just to spam it like this. Boing. Okay. Now, necklace. You ever played the Game Boy Color version? No, I haven't. I always figured the original NES one was the superior one. How is it, though? If I just chill out here, will we have any more of those flying guys, or are we good now? The Game Boy Color one is not good. Oh. It just seems like the handheld portable versions are just never as good. Either they have worse graphics, they have worse sound, or both. I know, I think you can get Final Fantasy VI on one of the Game Boy Advance, and the music in it is awful. Oh, they changed the plot? Well, you know, that's kind of fine, because the plot in this is, it's pretty basic, pretty bare. You wake up, and it's like, now go find Messia, but she's in another castle. Also, there's a big Durgan guy. Should I risk pressing the turbo button? Game Boy Color version of Shadowgate is a bit more graphically superior to the NES version. The final monster sounds way better. Oh, so there is one time where they did it better on handheld. Well, I guess they had to win at least one. Press the button, hit a whammy! Alright, big money, big money, big money, no whammy, no whammy! And stop. Haha, you're too late, flying guy. And here we are at the tippity top of the tower. Oh wait, no, that's not the tippity top. What is this? Can we go in here? We cannot. Looks like this is a door. And nothing else. Cool. So can I save? I can slot 2? Nope. We didn't even save when we hit level 16. Well, looks like we are good to go. We are fully charged. We are juiced up as much as we can be. And with no save point in sight, I hope that the game is going to be kind of generous when we enter this door. Messia! I have been chasing you this entire game! Why couldn't you just wait? Oh, Cass, you finally caught up with me! If only because the final boss is in the next room and I couldn't run any further. Unsheath your swords, or the tower's attack will begin! Boop, 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 and boop. You now have Crystalis. You must destroy Dyna. It's time now for Dynaman. The central computer. If you succeed, stick Crystalis into its main reactor. It's the only way! We have so little time. Now hurry! Can I get past you? Oh, flash means something else happened. There we go. So, Crystalis. We have sword. We have no bracelets, no orbs. Messia vanished because the game needed a plot. No charge? I thought I had a charge. Yes! Messia! By the time this is activated, we will no longer be alive. We hope we have made the right decisions creating a doomsday weapon, and that all people will realize their mistakes before it's too late, especially us, who created a doomsday weapon. Yes! Messia! As old friends, we wish your safety in this upcoming final boss fight that we're requiring you to do. Good luck! This thing had a charge attack. Room's giving me some Contra vibes. Oh, there it goes. I don't know if that's actually... barrier. Crystalis is thrust into the reactor. Confirm meltdown self-destruct has been initiated. That... The Emperor was a better boss fight. Hi, I'm here too. Messia, did you get hurt? No, I am actually at full health. It literally did nothing to me. The danger is over now. Danger is now over. It'd be nice to rest easy from now on, without the threat of evil at our backs. Final countdown initiated. Evacuate. Explosives activated. Self-destruct sequence initiated. This base is now going to explode in 30 seconds. So do we fight Tyrant before the timer's up? Time to leave. I'm with you. I noticed they slow down a little bit whenever the... Now, this legendary conflict, along with the people's despair, have ultimately ended. Cass and Messia! Two fearless youths we can never forget. Oh, you guys are going to remember me. This will be a legend forever remembered to maintain peace and humanity. And peace will something or another. Staff. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Yeah, see? Durg friend. Well, he wasn't friend, but Durg. And he went... Anyway, yeah, that final battle kind of sucked. The fact that I could just barrier and block all of its attacks, and it had nothing else, is really dumb. Man, what are we gonna play? We still got a couple hours left to stream. I didn't even think of something. Sound and composer Yoko Ono? Lost Odyssey. I don't have the things all set up. I'd have to get the Elgato out. Special thanks to Jeff Peters, the only person who put his full name. Ryan Stuff Zamyth, you have arrived just in time for the end. Get started on building the Age of Wonders party. Well, that's going to be it's not even a party that we'd be building, because each person be leading a different group. Then end. So that's Crystalis. I kind of thought I had a lot more to go. Hey, ad break. You know what? Let me just let and whoosh.